Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We had a Squadron 42 AtV and RtV this week, so I thought I'd bundle the overviews and summaries and info given for them together. Some mainly Squadron 42 but slightly PU related questions were answered in RtV by Chris Roberts. Once Squadron 42 is released, the F8C Lightning, that is the civilian version of the F8 that people are like, they're never going to sell, and any other limited ships or limited items that you use in Squadron 42 will be available for you to purchase in-game, potentially through some sort of like military surplus vendor. You're going to still be able to buy these ships off other players and get them through other means in the game as well, even if you don't have a Squadron 42 game package, I believe. Your playthroughs might affect what you can and can't buy or have access to easily in the verse, but you're also going to have other perks and consequences from playing through that Squadron 42 campaign, and you can go through and play multiple times and that sort of stuff, and it will fill in bits in your diary, I believe is the way it plans to be done. Squadron 42 episodes 1, 2 and 3 all take place before the start of the PU live timeline, so you're basically retroactively adding stuff to the PU when it comes to things that you put in your diary for that, and you're kind of remembering the great things that happened to you or whatever, I suppose. Both head tracking and eye tracking are going to be supported in Squadron 42. The locations and systems appearing in Squadron 42 are also going to be in the persistent universe, and we'll talk about Odin in a second. Save games are much less regular in Squadron 42. No save scumming for you. Selected battles and parts of missions are planned to be able to be played co-op after you've completed them through in single player. There has been a big Star Citizen website update, but there are still more changes coming. Squadron 42's roadmap is also going to be added on there too, and there's loads of big names apparently in Squadron 42 that have yet been announced, and there's a lot of cast grabbed from the UK, I believe, from the surrounding area when they were filming, so I look forward to seeing who is actually in it. In AtV, they talked more about Squadron 42 and the Coil, which is this huge volumetric cloud in space that you can fly in and out of. It's a huge part of the game, this sprawling, hostile environment that is the Coil, and obviously it's going to appear in the PU as well, the persistent universe. The lore is that the star in the Odin system had gone supernova, destroying the first planet, Odin 1, in the system, and creating this perpetual electrical gas and debris anomaly type thing. There are tunnels of like safer space through it and areas that will fry your ship and damage your ship, and like various routes to move around in the single player game Squadron 42, but I suppose that is also going to be in the PU. The area is going to allow for interesting mining operations as the Coil is dangerous, but also contains fragments of a planet's inner core, and therefore a unique, valuable experience when it comes to materials. There are going to be pirates in the Coil too. They use the areas for like bases and hideouts because it's not particularly safe there, and no one that's like an advocacy or a military would normally go into that area because it's got like debris that flies around and blocks exits and changes the path, and there's got all that electrical anomaly like plasma storms and all this sort of stuff going off there. Parts of the Coil may be named after shapes that they're similar to. In development they call things like the claw and the horn just because of the shape that it might project. There is no max render distance, so the volumetric gas tech has to be very good, and it's all done real time as well. It's very, very impressive. It looks really amazing. They use this OpenVDB that DreamWorks apparently used and Houdini to get their like large cloud volumes iterated upon quickly and looking great with contextual changes they can all do in Engine. They use the Coil's density and storms to help with storytelling and to push characters in the right direction. It's going to react dynamically with the sun coming through the gas tech, and there's going to be plasma and electrical storms too for visual cues for danger for the player as well. The flight model will have turbulence, and there will be localized particles in certain areas of the Coil, and like your panels might malfunction, and then might need you to run around and fix things if stuff blows. They are looking to reduce the amount of memory usage that this tech uses though, as their gas cloud tech looks very pretty with all the lighting and everything, but they want to reduce the amount of memory it uses to 10% of what it currently is. So they want a massive reduction on that. They will continue to optimize and tweak to get this target. After getting that locked in, they're going to look at casting various shadow types from the Coil too. Obviously, it's quite a complex thing, having light coming through the gas in different ways, and they want to make sure the shadows look and operate correctly. They can use all of this tech and assets from the Coil for other nebulas, and even to help them with the look of Crusader and gas giants and asteroid fields, rings around planets, and more. So all of this stuff does get reused for the persistent universe and other systems and more parts of Squadron 42 as well. It sounds like you're going to be playing a big chunk of your game in the Coil in the Odin system, potentially a whole chapter of it seems, and it does look pretty damn cool. Every month we have a giveaway for a ship. For January it's for the Hammerhead gunboat, donated by our featured org IDF, the Intergalactic Defence Force. They are a lawful org that focus on trade, security, escorting, teamwork, but will also dabble in other areas of the game. Links below if you're interested in checking them out. They do have an active Discord, and they're active in 3.0 now. All you need to do, however, to be in for a chance of winning the Hammerhead is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and then comment on any of my Star Citizen content during the month. Do you have any questions for me about Star Citizen or about Squadron 42's development, or about gameplay mechanics or anything we discussed in this video? Chuck them in the comments below. A special thank you to my Patreons who allow me to create the amount of content I do. Thank you so much. And if you're interested in becoming one of them, you can find the links to Patreon down below as well. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help me, and I'll see you in the verse.